Well, I hope you're ready for a barn burner because this is going to be it. Clover Hill versus Manchester. The Cavaliers travel over to Manchester High School to take on the Lancers. Game number 5 of the season for the Varsity Cavaliers. And this one is going to get exciting right off the bat. Opening kickoff of the game. Cameron McCarthy kicks it for the Cavaliers. It goes down to the Lancers' 5-yard line. Miles Braithwaite is going to pick it up. Looks like he's tackled. He's in the pile. All of a sudden he breaks free and he's going to take it 95 yards back for a Lancer touchdown. Heads downfield, nobody to touch him. Touchdown Lancers right off the bat. Game opening kickoff. The extra point attempt is ruled wide, so the Lancers lead 6-0 just 16 seconds into this game. Cavaliers will get the kickoff from the Lancers, and it's Tim Thaniel on the return. He's going to bring it back 26 yards to the Cavalier 37-yard line before he's finally drugged down by Rashawn Connor. Then the Cavaliers, Darius Moffitt goes to work. Oh, and he is taken down the tough way, around the neck. Cavaliers, though, they're going to fire. Joel Caleb drops back. He finds Tim Thaniel down the sidelines, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers. Cavs strike right back. Extra point attempt, Cameron McCarthy through the uprights. Cavaliers lead 7-6. Ensuing kickoff, Cameron McCarthy again sends it down to the 5-yard line on the Lancers. This time it's Deshaun Amos picking it up, and he's going to do the exact same thing. Take it back 95 yards for a touchdown. Look at Nate Henry, special teams coach, slam the hat down. He is upset. They'll go for the 2-point conversion, and they'll get it. Jamal Winston hitting Jake Martin for the extra point, 2-point conversion. So it's now 14-7 Lancers. Tim Thaniel again picking it up on the return for the Cavaliers. Finding room, picks up 45 yards on the return, and the Cavalier offense goes back to work. Handoff going to number 1, Holland Fisher. Fisher breaking a couple of tackles and heading downfield. The Cavaliers are driving. Fisher picking up 25 yards on that carry. Then a couple of plays later, Joel Caleb drives into the end zone. Touchdown, Clover Hill. Cavaliers putting points back on the board. Extra point attempt by McCarthy through the uprights. And the Cavaliers now set tied 14-14 and only 4 minutes ticking off the clock so far in this game. Like I said, a real barn burner. And the Cavaliers decide to keep it on the ground on the kickoff, and this time it worked for them as a host of Cavaliers. Devon Gibbs first in there on the stop for the Cavs. And the Lancers finally take over with their offense. First time they've been on the field all night. The Cavaliers putting the heat on Brandon Tyson and others. Short little pass here, but Wes Austin and Holland Fisher in on the stop. So the Cav defense forces the punt, and the Cavalier offense back out. Wastes no time. 87-yard pass play. Joel Caleb finds Wes Austin crossing over the center, and it's touchdown Clover Hill. Wes Austin just looking back saying, you're not going to catch me. Extra point by McCarthy is good. Lancer offense back out. Ty Moss hits Jamal Winston for a 6-yard gain. Peyton Grider and Holland Fisher in on the stop. Cavalier defense trying to hold off here, but it doesn't work because Jamal Winston going to find some room. He's going to take it 29 yards and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lancers. The Lancers striking right back. Extra point good. This one's tied up again at 21 all. On the return, Rod Rodriguez taking it back for a few yards for the Cavaliers before he's driven out of bounds, and that puts the Cavalier offense back out onto the field into the second quarter, and a nice gain here. Dimitri Evans picks up 21 yards before he's driven out of bounds. Then the pass going out to number 5, Darius Moffitt. Moffitt getting forced out of bounds, but short of the first down. Cavaliers have to turn it over to the Lancers. Cavalier defense fired up, though. Trevon Rogers making a nice stop. Then the Lancers try the reverse, but it doesn't work. No, James Evans reads it, and he makes the stop. Cavaliers back out on offense, and they're going to turn up the heat here as number 1, Holland Fisher, gets the ball, and he's going to take it downfield, baby. He heads down 74 yards and into the end zone. Cavalier touchdown. Another extra point tacked on by McCarthy. The Cavs lead 28-21. Jamal Winston carries 5 yards before Trevon Rogers makes the stop. Band, heating things up on the sidelines there with the Cavalettes and the cheerleaders as everybody tuned into this game. It's a big one. Fast-paced, speedy offensive action here. Both teams in the hurry-up offense. Joel Caleb's going to drive it downfield 9 yards for the Cavaliers. And then the loss of yards there. Dimitri Evans stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So the Cavs once again have to turn it over to the Lancers. But Wes Austin putting the stop on there for the Cavs. Jamal Winston going to pick up a first down for the Lancers before James Evans makes a stop. Then Winston gets the ball again. This time he finds a big hole. He's going to take it 36 yards into the end zone. It's another Lancer touchdown. The extra point up and through the uprights. This game's tied up again, 28 all. So once again, it's the Cavaliers' turn on offense. This time it's Caleb hitting Sam Allen, 9-yard gain. Then it's Holland Fisher Fisher driving downfield, using those shoulder pads to get a couple extra yards there. He picks up about 9. Cavs driving. Nice pass here. Tim Thaniel pulling this one in before he lands on his back, but that's a 37-yard gain for the Cavs. Time winding down in the second quarter. They decide to go for the three-pointer, and Cameron McCarthy will put it through the uprights. The 28-yarder gives the Cavaliers a 31-28 lead going into the halftime break. Opening kickoff of the second half. Holland Fisher bobbles it a little bit. Then he hurdles a player. Had to get it from 2 different angles there so you could see it good. But Holland Fisher's going to break all the tackles and head all the way back to the Lancer end zone. Touchdown Cavaliers. Not quite. Flag on the field. Blocking the back and call. Cavs get driven back, but that's okay because Caleb is going to find Holland Fisher again. This one a 17-yard gain before Chris Charity and Just Livingston bring him down. Then it's Caleb finding Wes Austin in the end zone. Touchdown, Clover Hill. They put more points on the board. Extra point by McCarthy right through the uprights, down the middle, and the Cavaliers enjoy a 10-point lead, the most comfortable of the night. On the ensuing kickoff, Miles Braithwaite for the Lancers once again is going to pick it up, breaks free of a couple of tackles, and he's going to take it all the way back to the Cavalier 26-yard line before he's finally brought down by a whole herd of the Cavalier team. Watch this next play, though. Looks like an offsides there on the offense. The Cavalier defense stands up like, what's going on? Where's the flag? But while they're up, the Lancers snap the ball and drive it 26 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. The extra point attempt gets muffed, though, and the Cavaliers' lead now cut to 38-34 over the Lancers. It's number 42 on the return for the Cavaliers. Abdul Muhammad picks up 16 yards before he's finally brought down. And then Caleb going back to work in the air. Finds Dimitri Evans. Evans going to take it on downfield. A 26-yard gain for the Cavs, but that's going to be about all they're going to get on this offensive drive, and it's brought to a halt by the Lancer defense. So the Lancers return once again on offense, but that Cavalier defense fired up. Holland Fisher making a stop behind the line of scrimmage. Then Trevon Rogers with a 12-yard loss. Sack on the quarterback, putting him down for the count. Cavaliers once again out on offense. Joel Caleb trying to find some running room, trying to break the tackles but can't get free. And Cameron McCarthy will be forced to punt away. Takes the grounder and brings it out with a good punt. Could have been bad for the Cavs, but the Lancers take over on their own 13-yard line. Brandon Allen hitting Devon Cunningham for a nice little gain for the Lancers. But the Cavalier defense is going to get tough again, and Trevon Rogers gets himself another sack. And that'll also bring it into the third quarter of play. Going into the fourth quarter, Clover Hill 38, Lancers 34. But on the Cavs' next possession, Dimitri Evans loses his grip on the ball, and the Lancers recover the fumble in good field position. 4th down and inches, and they'll drive it into the end zone. Touchdown, Manchester, and they'll take the lead in this game. Extra point attempt, no good, but it's 40-38, Lancers leading. Joe Caleb bringing his offense back out to work. He decides to keep it, holds on to it, picks up 9 yards before Jeff Kasukio gets in there. Caleb dropping his shoulder, and Kasukio making the stop. But then Caleb's going to look to the air, and he finds Wes Austin open. Great concentration here. Brings it in. 37-yard touchdown play for the Cavaliers. Caleb and Austin congratulating each other. The cheerleaders doing their thing, and, of course, there's always Jada. She's doing her thing. Cavaliers try to drive it in for the 2-point conversion, but they are stopped by the Lancers. They lead 44-40 in this game, but it's not going to take long for the Lancers to strike right back. Brandon Allen carrying it 55 yards for a Lancer touchdown. They go for the 2-point conversion, try a little trick play here, but the Cavaliers don't bite on it, and that is incomplete. So it now sets at 46, Manchester, 44, Cavaliers. Caleb back out with time winding down. He goes to the air. This one, though, picked off by the Lancers. Deshaun Amos picking it off for the Lancers, carries it back 40 yards to the Cavalier 22-yard line. Then the Lancers on the 2-yard line trying to drive it into the end zone, but the ball pops loose and the Cavaliers recover. One more chance for the Cavs. 46 seconds left on the scoreboard, and Joel Caleb's going to drop back and once again try to launch the long one, but again it gets picked off by the Lancers, and that's going to pretty much put an end to the game. They're going to take it all the way back for a touchdown. The pass intercepted by Stephen White. He takes it all the way into the end zone. And the Lancers will seal the deal here. The extra point attempt will be good. 53-44. Cavs get the ball back. One play, they down it. And the Lancers, after defeating Bird, defeat the Cavs, handing them their first loss of the season.